Hello and a very good morning. Welcome to Ideal World. I'm Hayley. It's great to have your company. You're joining us for an incredible hour, one of my favourite hours of the week, and it is the Planet Cruise TV show. An award-winning cruise agents that really do make that holiday bespoke for you. If you want to add on excursions, if you want to fly from different airports, if you want to stay in different places before you actually come home or before you sail, they will actually tailor-make everything for you personally. We've got 5 amazing cruises on the hour. However, if there isn't something quite right for you, do still jump onto the phones and notice it is a slightly different number to normal, and of course the website different as well, so jot all those details down. But I'm not alone. I am joined on the sofa by my lovely Justine. Justine, you're back.
No.
It's Justin, really.
It's not Justine, it's Tina. It's a Friday. Justina.
Thank you, Tina, for joining. It's great to have you with us. Great to have you back.
Yeah, I know.
You've been away, haven't you, on your holidays?
Do I look good?
You do look good. You look very, very well. You look very fresh, refreshed. Where have you been?
You say all the right things.
I know. Somewhere nice? Where did you go?
Well, we went to Budapest.
Fabulous, which we've got.
We've got that featuring a little bit later on.
Yes.
We've got some fantastic stuff coming up in the show as well.
Amazing stuff.
Press releases from Princess and P&O.
You would not
breaking
believe.
news. So it's literally just hot off the press this morning. So loads to get through in today's show.
And loads to get through. We've also had a little bit of a postcard as well, which we're really excited about. A fabulous postcard. Who is this?
This is Karen and Terry. This is 2 Planet Cruise customers, and they decided to send us a postcard on their cruise. And can you see, you know the old adage of been there, bought the T-shirt and sometimes wear it? Look, Terry has actually been there, done that, and bought the sarong.
Oh, fabulous. That is amazing. Thank you so much to Karen and Terry. That's brilliant.
Keep them coming in.
Do keep a postcard. Postcards, I haven't had a postcard for years.
But you know what the thing is these are the memories that you create on a cruise, because when you go to these great places, it's one thing to have a photograph, but to share it with all your friends back at home as well.
To share it with everybody is fabulous. And of course, the great way to book that cruise is with Planet Cruise. But why is that? Why are Planet Cruise so fabulous?
Planet Cruise are specialists. They're not just a travel agent. They are cruise specialists. And when I say cruise specialists, market leading, because with some of the brands that we've got today, like Princess, they are top agents.
Fabulous.
What does that mean? The cruise lines give Planet fantastic discounts, and that's what the customers at home yourself are going to get. You also get first-hand experience, because all the guys that you're going to speak to on the telephones, and like myself, I've got a background in the cruise industry.
That's what's really lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, been there, done that, bought the T-shirt. Again, you know, I've cruised for 6 years with P&O. Really looking forward to talking about Britannia.
One, yes.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait for that.
Wow.
I can't say anything yet. We're just
but that is the great thing. So if you're going to somewhere where you haven't been before, if you're thinking of staying on, you're thinking, oh, is that a good place to stay? The people you speak to on the phones, honestly, they know. And I've booked all of my cruises so far with Planet Cruise because they just do it so, so well.
You were trying to book one this morning as well.
I know. Well, yeah, we are. There's another one.
Always on
I've got
for a
one booked
cruise.
for September next year, but we want to try and get one in about June. So yeah, so we do need to find that right one. So come holiday with us. So let's start at the very beginning. Could this be the right one for you? It's 12 nights in the Baltic, and this is Cruise and Maritime. This is going to be a beauty because the price is absolutely incredible. We're going from $799 for 12 nights. Over the summer as well. This is, I mean, huge reductions, £950 off the brochure price and deposit only as well. So let's start at the very beginning. Should we have a little nosy on board? Because it's nice to get on board and have a little look round where we're going to be holidaying for these 12 nights.
You know, you can get your brochures, but they are just pictures. These are moving images. We're actually giving you the experience of what it's like on board. Now, the great thing with Cruise and Maritime is their family feel. Because they're smaller size ships and vintage style ships, they are ships that have been refurbished to modern standards, but with that still classic line of elegance of cruising, like the old Victoria on P&O, but with all the modern facilities. Now, the great thing as well is the party atmosphere, because people go back time and time again, and I think that's a real true sign of when somebody enjoys themselves, they'll go back again and again for more and more. The actual cruise that you're going to be doing, some fantastic places, but you just got to soak it up. I'd actually recommend this as a new cruiser. If you've never cruised before, if you're just flicking through the channels and you're thinking, I've always fancied this, why not go on board? Because you've got all of the classics, captain's cocktails, you've got all of the onboard activities like shuffleboard and deck quotes, and of course fantastic service across the whole cruise industry. You have got excellent musicians, therapies on board, restaurants, wines, fine foods. It's all there, and entertainment. Of course, the entertainment on board is key. You've got to have a good time, and deck parties are always a must for cruise lines.
And a price like this, it works out, it's under £67 per person per night, but it is a limited offer. These prices will go back up on Monday.
On Monday, for the weekend only.
So for the weekend, you've got £950 off per person, which is incredible off that brochure price. Beautiful itinerary as well, and these are dates in June, July, August and September, so this is a flash sale that you need to grab whilst it is available, so make sure you do call up before the 7th for this one. So let's have a little look where we're going, because wow, we've got a lovely ship, but we've got a lovely itinerary as well. We're leaving from Tilbury.
No flying, so you can take as much luggage as you want. And one thing I do need to point out before the actual itinerary is the fact that this is adult only. So if you perhaps want some time away from the grandkids or the children, if you just want some adult time, then this is going to be great for you. Now, the first port of call is one of my favourite ports of call. It is Copenhagen.
Oh, wonderful.
You've got it when you actually dock in Copenhagen, walk into the town. You can get the little shuttle bus, but walk into town because you'll see all these wonderful, colourful buildings.
Fabulous.
And you'll also go past, of course, the famous Little Mermaid as well. Hans Christian Andersen Mermaid. It's only small, so blink and you'll miss it.
It's the Little Mermaid.
You've got to go there.
She's not going to be big, is she? It's the Little Mermaid.
Exactly, but one of the highlights that you got, I mean, there's great shopping in Copenhagen. But one of the great things to go and do is go to Tivoli Gardens. It's a fantastic amusement. We've got an amusement arcade coming a little bit later on, like a theme park. It's got the world's oldest wooden roller coaster. It's got galleon ships in these fantastic lagoons and pools. They've got shows. They've got museums. Tivoli is the place to go in Copenhagen.
So much to do, and that's your first port of call, which is going to be absolutely amazing. But we're moving on now to Berlin. Yeah,
well, actually, Warnemünde, which is the actual port, you can go to Berlin. So this is one of those ports you do have to travel. So if you want to go to, get your passport stamped by a Checkpoint Charlie, then you can do. The old American GIs will stamp your passport there. Of course, if you want to actually do some of the more serious sides of things in Berlin, of course, you've got the Holocaust Museum. So if you want to do some historical stuff, you can do. But actual Warnemünde, as a port itself, is very much a German sort of summertime resort. They've got this lovely little island that you can go onto, which is only open in the summer. Now, with these wonderful sand sculptures, great to go out on a little bike, even if you're not that active. Just get one of those sort of beach cruisers. And another funny thing as well, when are we actually going there? I forget the time now. Oh, we're going in August and September. It's not too bad. If you go there in the winter, the Germans quite literally have got those old Victorian changing rooms on the beach that they go swimming.
Oh my word!
And the proper old school swimming costumes.
Oh, how wonderful!
As well, it's great. It's brilliant. It's just absolutely fantastic.
Fabulous. That's going to be amazing. And we've only visited 2 places, and both of those sound out of this world. We've got a nice relaxing day at sea because we're heading off to where?
Estonia, Tallinn. This is just a beautiful, beautiful place. There's actually a picture that we're going to show you at some point of the old town, and you'll see the old castle, which if you're a little bit fit, you can walk up. Also, you've got the town square. Now, this is the actual picture you're about to see now. That's the town hall. I was lucky enough to be best man in there because one of the technicians on the ship got married to an Estonian dancer who was on the ship as well. They live out there. In fact, they actually might be watching from Dubai at the moment because they're over. I know, we've got an international crowd here. Exactly. Wow. So beautiful square here, but one place you've got to go to as you're walking up into the old town, there is simply the most amazing flower market. The flower market is, if you've ever been to the markets in London, or if you've ever been to a trade market, this just puts it to shame because the bouquets, the flowers, the fauna, it just explodes. And the cheapest chips. Buy some and take them back onto the ship.
That's it, of course you can. Oh, and now it's really exciting. We've had 3 fabulous ports, but now we're going to St. Petersburg, and we're overnighting here. So we're here for 2 days, which is amazing. Yeah,
well, it's actually the first night that you're in St. Petersburg. There's just simply one thing that you've got to do. You've got to go to the Russian ballet. Yeah. Let's face it, the ballet is probably one of the most beautiful forms of dance and by the best dancers in the world, It is one of those experiences. You will go to the old Russian-style buildings. You'll go in there. The orchestra will be down at the front. The dancers will be on the stage. There's no modern theatre to it. It is authentic.
That is
of course, you've got the Church of the Spilt Blood as well. These wonderful buildings. And St. Petersburg is fantastic for its markets, in particular military memorabilia. Go careful what you bring back, of course. But if you do want to bring back some of those Russian hats, like the old sort of submarine hats in the winter, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And of course, you're sailing back to the UK, so you can quite happily shop as much as you like. You don't have to worry about that luggage allowance. I can take every pair of shoes that I want
and buy more. We can get you a cosmonaut's outfit if you want.
Perfect. Let's go. But where are we going to after this?
Well, I mean, even in St. Petersburg in the daytime, you've got to go to the Hermitage Museum as well. You've just got to go out there and see it, because the next day...
There's just so much to do there, isn't it? It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Can I just warn you as well, one thing in St. Petersburg, everybody thinks it's going to be cold. In the daytime, it's really warm.
Fabulous.
If the sun's out, it's fantastic. It's just at night, so just bear that in mind with the wardrobe that you're taking.
It's such a great time of year as well, June, July and August. So we're sailing on to where next?
Helsinki. We're going to Scandinavia now. We're going even further north. Now, the fantastic thing about this port is its wonderful history, because here it's known as the daughter of the Baltic, so it's a relatively new city, but with this you've got wonderful boulevards, fantastic buildings as well, and it's one of those sort of again creative influences.
Isn't that so pretty?
Yeah.
That's there's such a fabulous mixture here.
Seafood is really, really good.
Oh, I bet it is. Oh, I bet it is. And then after that, where are we heading on to?
We're actually going to your last port of call, which is Stockholm. Now, this is a small rocky harbour, but this is actually the gateway to, well, the capital of Scandinavia. Now, one of the things that is nice here is all the towers, the spires. There's also, it was the world's first permanent ice bar. I know there's lots of ice bars that have sprung up since, but this was the actual first one. It's 23 below, and all of the glasses, all of the furniture, everything is made out of ice. So my other half's worst nightmare, because she can't stand being cold. But when you put a drink in her hand, she's happy.
Absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. We've got 2 relaxing days then at sea, heading back to Tilbury. This is an incredible itinerary, deposit only. Have a look at what's included. Huge saving £950 off the brochure price, only though until the 7th, which is Monday. It's adult only, which is going to be fabulous in June, July, August and September. Deposit only, overnighting in St. Petersburg, St. Petersburg. I can't speak today.
Sure,
and on top of that, you've got some incredible prizes, and it works out. It's under £67 per person per night. It's better than half price, but please do not miss out on that, because it is very time limited, so do get onto the phones and request that one now. But we're moving on, because we've got Royal Caribbean coming up. Now, this is going to be another beauty, because we have got 5 really special cruises. Now, this is for you for March 2016. Top agents, of course, for Royal Caribbean. This is 15 nights, and this is something so different. This is one of our absolute favourites.
Oh, yeah.
And our presenter Sean, did something very similar to this just recently, because we've got Vietnam in here, haven't we? We've got Singapore, and we're staying in Singapore to start
either you're
off
paying
with.
too much, or he's got a fantastic low price.
He must well. He booked it through Planet. So let's have a little look. We'll have a look first what we're sailing on, because we are on the Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, I mean, Royal Caribbean is always known for being innovative and having fantastic facilities on board for fun. So it's great for the family. Of course, they're known for their signature rock climbing wall up on the top there, the pitch and putt, and of course, their fantastic ice rinks and bumper cars. But of course, as always, fantastic food, fantastic wine. Look at that steak.
Beautiful. Oh, and such fun as well. And there's something for everybody, isn't there?
Yeah, Johnny Rockets, the American-style diner. So if you want something just light and fun in the day, of course, great kids' clubs as well, so parents can unwind a little bit and have a little bit of time together. And, of course, they're all promenades where you've got all of the shops. I mean, it really sort of puts some atriums to shame. And, of course, fantastic shows, as always. They really do utilise the facilities that I've got there with Dancing on Ice. It just really is a fantastic cruise line to go with.
It looks amazing. The days on board are going to be out of
What
this
you like
world,
with a surfboard?
Oh, I would be rubbish on that surfboard, but I would not be laughing. It would be great fun. So we'll start at the very beginning. We're flying out from London to Singapore, but you can check your regional flights as well. which is going to be brilliant because we've got, before we get on board, we've got a 4-star hotel. We're staying 2 nights in Singapore. Wonderful.
This is the great thing. 2 nights in Singapore. It's just amazing. You've got the Botanical Gardens there. You've got Sentosa Island. That's actually the wonderful sculpture that you've got as you go into the harbour. And there's these lovely little cable cars that you can go across onto Sentosa Island. So you can go and have a look around there. One of the places that I'd love to see, I've never had the chance to go over here, of course, is the hotel, this famous hotel with the 3 skyscrapers at the Marina Bay. This is where the Formula 1 track takes you all the way through. Just an absolute wonderful light show, and the food markets that you've got there as well. It just is that vibrance.
It's going to be amazing.
The great thing is it's old meets new, because you've got the wonderful culture that you've got there, which is still heralded high, but then you've got all of this new money and new blood coming through, an emerging market. It really is an exciting place to be.
I think it's somewhere you've got to go. I haven't been yet, and I so want to. Sean said it was absolutely amazing. It just looks out of this world. Definitely
one place to go to. Of course, it's got a rich colonial past. Is Raffles Hotel. This is where the Singapore Sling originally came from.
Brilliant.
You'll never make a quiet entrance into Raffles Bar, because I believe this is where they allow you to actually throw the shells of the nuts that they have on the bar onto the floor. So you walk and it's literally just crunching through.
I'll be skidding in. She's arrived.
Always makes an entrance.
Straight bang up to the bar. Now, we need to have a look on board, and we need to see where we're going, because we are going to some beautiful, beautiful places. So we're transporting to the port. We're going to get on board our Royal Caribbean ship. We've got a day at sea. Oh my goodness, Vietnam.
Yeah, we're going to Ho Chi Minh City, which of course, formerly Saigon.
And we're overnighting here.
Yeah, do you know, if you've ever seen the film, if you've ever been to the West End show, then you'll absolutely love this.
Oh, it's an amazing
you know, you've got
show.
the pagodas there, you've got the Mekong River as well. It's just amazing. Of course, there's lots of history that goes back through, of course, the Vietnam War. So if you want to go and see the tunnels where the Viet Cong used to smuggle some of their stuff through, then it just is amazing.
It's just going to be incredible.
Again, it's very much like we were talking about Berlin. If you like the historical side, then there is lots of things to commemorate what actually happened in this part of the world. But it's just that beauty. I mean, look at that wonderful structure in the middle of such a sprawling city.
And amazing people as well.
Oh,
you get such a wealth.
And the food. Oh, crikey, the noodles. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, after Ho Chi Minh City, you've got a relaxing day at sea again. Make the most of the ship. It's an amazing ship. But then you're going to need this day to recharge. Boom, straight into Hong Kong.
So we've overnighted in Vietnam. We're now overnighting in Hong Kong.
Yep,
fabulous.
And Hong Kong overnight is an absolute must. I'd just love to go on one of the junk boats just through there. Of course, if you remember the old James Bond film where they had the old ship upside down. It's no longer there, unfortunatally, but that's the actual harbour, and you can actually see the skyline.
Incredible.
Every night at 8 o'clock they have a light show.
They do,
and I'm not too sure there's a fireworks display, but it's a big, big thing. Every night at 8 o'clock they have this wonderful show. And, you know, I mean, you can see there, it is a metropolis like another. You know, when you watch these films, like Blade Runner all those years ago, where you see these futuristic cities, this is the future right now. So go and see it.
So pleased we're overnighting there as well. Where are we moving on to?
We are going to go out onto Chow Men. Now, this is completely the opposite. Look at these wonderful pagodas that you've got here, the little botanical gardens. You've got, of course, all the wonderful koi fish that'll be swimming around, and the temples as well. I think, you know, this is chalk and cheese.
That's it. You want to see this as well, don't you?
You've had your shopping, you've had your fun, and now go and see some of the cultural side.
Absolutely.
After that, another relaxing day at sea, and then you're into, wait for it, Shanghai.
Fabulous. And we're staying there, 2 nights in a 4-star hotel.
And this is a 4-star hotel,
Brilliant.
2-night stay. I call this what I call a bookend cruise, because you've got a stay at the beginning, stay at the end, and a wonderful cruise in the middle. And it's just amazing. Again, if you've never been to this part of the world, food, culture, fantastically clean as well.
Such a great mixture, isn't there? Like you say, it is modern. And the past, that perfect mixture.
Now, on this actual 2 days that you've got, the 2 nights that you've got in Shanghai, you've actually got a tour. And this is where we were talking about Planet Cruise being bespoke and building a package so you don't have to worry about it. The tour that's included is the Bund and the Yew Garden.
Right.
Now, of course, the Bund is the financial centre of the colonial part of Shanghai. Stretches a whole long mile on the banks of the river, and it's one of the most recognised architectural parts of Shanghai. Then you've got the Yew Gardens, which is the most lavish and fine Chinese garden. So if you like your bonsai trees, then I nearly said banzai, Mr. Miyagi. But we're going to go to Okinawa later on. It's okay. You've also got the Jade Buddha Temple as well, if you get a chance to go out there. So if you don't go on the tour, then you can go to the wonderful Buddha Temple. There's actually 2 rare cultural relics there. They're carved out of solid white jade. One's about 6 foot and the other one's about 3 foot high, of Buddhas. Oh. So, you know, if you want to go and see that, I mean, just to see.
To rub their tummies, aren't they, for look?
Go on then.
Rub their tummies for look. Not your tummy, the Buddha's tummy. I've always got Buddhas in my house, and you rub the tummy for
right.
look.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be absolutely out of this world, and on board a beautiful ship as well, seeing the most incredible places: Singapore, Vietnam, Hong Kong, and you've got overnights on board, you've got stays as well to start the holiday in Singapore. But whilst you're cruising on board a beauty, aren't we?
Oh yeah, it's just amazing facilities, and with this particularly Royal Caribbean, you know, the ice rinks, the shows.
I can't believe this is on a ship.
I know, but see, the thing is, with yourself being a dancer on cruise ships all those years ago, myself coming from the entertainment background, you know the facilities on these ships.
They are incredible.
And what you can put on is West End standard. You know, the actual theatrical trucks that are on there, the lighting systems, the sound systems, and of course the artistes as well, which we'll be talking about artists appearing on ships a little bit later on.
Will.
I know, you know, I can't say anything yet, but well, the next cruise we've got coming up.
But do stay tuned. I'm stopping him from talking. Have a look at what you've got included. It works out under £94 per person per night. Jot down this ID number, 108208 is your ID.
£94 per person per.
It's 15 nights.
So you get your flights out there, you get 2 nights in a 4-star hotel to start your cruise, overnight in Hong Kong and Vietnam, and a 2-night stay for £94. How much is a hotel in the UK?
I know, you'd never do it. You'd never do it in the UK, and you're seeing all these incredible places, and you're being fed. First time on TV, so you do need to book this up quickly. And you have got as well the free upgrade from Ocean View to Balcony, which is fabulous. And check out all your regional flights as well if you don't want to fly from London. So, of course, Planet Cruise so good at sorting out all those different things to make that holiday bespoke to you. But we are moving on. We're moving on now to P&O Britannia. Now, this is a super deal. I'm going to tell you exactly where you're going. Again, it's under £77 per person per night. You've got some incredible prices. It's 7 nights. It's the Norwegian fjords, which is going to be stunning. But let's have a look on board first of all. And I do believe Keith sneaked on to have a little look around.
Inspired by P&O Cruises' illustrious past, but designed very much for their fabulous future, this is the biggest cruise ship ever designed for the UK cruise market. Welcome to P&O's beautiful Britannia. One thing you will definitely notice on board Britannia is that there's an abundance of excellent deck space and oodles of sun loungers to help you worship. In fact, there are 4 main pools to choose from, including the adult-only Serenity Pool, a perfect place to escape to for some downtime while the kids are being looked after elsewhere. There's 13 different bars on board, 4 of which are out on deck, which means you can enjoy the sunshine or the stars as you sip your favourite tipple. The stylish new blue cocktail bar is the perfect place for a dirty martini, or there's Brody's. I love that place, and that's where P&O Cruises have introduced the biggest selection of British beers at sea, with over 70 to choose from, representing 56 different UK counties. The food is headed up by P&O Cruises' iconic food heroes. You can enjoy the taste of India with the Master of Spice Atal Kutcher's fabulous Sindhu restaurant, or savour mouth-watering gala dinner options and menus created by the godfather of UK cooking, Mr. Marco Pierre White. If you really want to spoil yourself, you can also book Eric Landlad's afternoon tea experience, or head to his Market Cafe. It's a French-style patisserie that features fine cheeses, antipasto, charcuterie, tapas and specialty breads. You can enjoy the live music, comedy, cabarets and game shows of the Live Lounge, or sit back for West End style shows in this fabulous new theatre, which features a stunning LED backdrop. Strictly fans also won't be disappointed with the elegant wooden-floored Crystal Room. It's dedicated to dance and the perfect location to rumble the night away. P&O Cruises have really pushed the boat out when it comes to the accommodation. There's a sumptuous range of boutique offerings to choose from, including well-thought-out single cabins to these incredible suites designed by Richmond International that come with your own butler. And all the accommodation on board includes flat screen TVs, pamper packs from the White Company and bespoke artwork from British artists.
I absolutely love the look of the Britannia. It looks incredible. Of course, a brand new ship this year, which is fabulous, and sailing out of Southampton. How special is that on a P&O ship?
I was going to say P&O. You know, it's the epitome of British cruise. And I know you've got Cunard, but of course that's always been seen as the upper class and the aristocracy. P&O is fantastic. You get a really great product, value for money, really great ships. I mean, let's face it, the Horiana is a legend. The all of the other ships as well, Oceania, Adonia, but now the new Britannia, the largest Union Jack on the waves as well. Fantastic facilities on board. It just is amazing. Anyway, let's kick off. Bergen is going to be our first port of call in Norway. One of my favourite ports because, of course, you've got the fantastic colourful houses along the harbour side, but look at the view from up on the hills.
Oh, wow.
You can actually get the vernacular railway up into the hills on the left-hand side of that picture and walk around to this vista point.
That would be great.
There is walking tours that are available, and I highly recommend them because I didn't take the tour and nearly lost myself.
So yeah, do get those tours booked. And of course, you can book those through Planet Cruise as well. I'm glad you did find yourself.
Yes.
And you've arrived.
So it was really strange. I found some of the Norwegian currency out in the middle of nowhere, and it made me feel so happy that somebody else, a human, had actually been there. That's how far it was. I was like Bear Grylls.
Oh, look at that. Stunning.
I'll tell you what, the fish market's fantastic if you can get it there. One of the great things about cruising in this part of the world is historically it's quite expensive. The actual exchange rate for the Norwegian krone.
Right, but of course
you've got your food, you've got your drink on board,
isn't it?
Exactly.
Fabulous.
So
where are we moving to next?
We're going to Ålesund, and
this is gorgeous.
Well, this is, you know, this is classic Norwegian cruising, and of course the fjords that you've got here are just going to be beautiful. Look at the colour of the water that you've got here.
Stunning.
It's brilliant. Now this is a city port. Of course, you've got all the wonderful architecture. The majority of the city is actually quite new because they had a massive fire back in 1904 that were near enough. There was like 800 buildings that were destroyed, so it's all been rebuilt. And this is what really sparked the Art Nouveau style in Norway. So it really is fantastic. Also known for a delicacy in Norway called klippfisk, which is dried cod. So if you do like your seafood, you've got to try some of this around here.
I have tried that. It is actually...
The look on your face.
It doesn't sound good, but honestly, it actually tastes really good. Now, we're going to Flam next.
Oh, do you know what? If you've ever wanted to go on a classic railway tour, like the Orient Express or one of those Trans-Siberian highways, or even the fantastic Rocky Mountaineer that we feature a lot on the Friday shows, this is a must. It's the Flam Railway. You're going to go all the way up through the wonderful fjords, hundreds of feet, dozens of tunnels. It's about 50 minutes, and throughout the 12 miles, it doesn't sound a lot, does it? 12 miles, but there's 20 mountain tunnels, and you get to see all these wonderful waterfalls as well.
Beautiful. You need to be out on deck all the time or get that balcony booked. And then now we're moving on to Stavanger.
Stavanger. This is what they call the cradle of the Vikings, and this is just a balance of natural beauty and just fantastic vistas as well. One thing about Norway is the actual air. It feels so fresh and so crisp. It's absolutely fantastic.
And the great thing is we're going to see it as well because Keith is there. I can't wait to see this. See you in a bit.
Stavanger is a 12th century bustling oil town with ancient ties to Norway's religious roots, and it lies across a patchwork of heather-covered hills. You can enjoy a charming walk through the old town, which is full of white wooden houses with well-tended flower gardens, and you might just catch the glimpse of an artist hard at work. You can also visit ancient Iron Age Viking farms, explore the 12th century Dormskirk Cathedral, which sits on the beautiful picturesque banks of a lake, and it's the oldest cathedral in the whole of Norway. You can feed the ducks or engage with some rather cheeky swans. You can also trace the history of the North Sea drilling at the informative Petroleum Museum, or discover the fascinating world of Stavanger's past at the Canning Museum. But without doubt, the star attraction is a cruise down the beautiful Lyrasfjord to see the iconic Pulpit Rock, which towers over 1,500 foot above the still waters of one of the longest and most beautiful fjords of Norway.
The most beautiful fjords. That looks amazing.
And that was Keith.
Amazing.
On the edge there.
Was not
It's
Keith.
a man
Can
on
you
the edge.
imagine? That just looks, it's amazing. It's too good to be true. Now, we have got a gorgeous ship for you to actually see these beautiful places with. Of course, on board, you are on board the fabulous Britannia. And price-wise, wow. The lead date, £539 per person. That's crazy. Deposit only. Great families of 4 as well. You can upgrade to an ocean view. on the 30th of April, £7 per person per night. So you really need to look at all of those fabulous deals. You can add on the Marriott for some of the dates as well if you want to stay there the night before, because you're sailing out of course, Southampton, and we've got some really good single prices too at £869. You can see here already there are sellouts. This is going to be one that's going to disappear very, very quickly, and we're so excited about having this available at the moment, and such great dates for you as well. So it's such a beautiful itinerary, and the fact you're sailing out of Southampton on the Britannia.
Yeah, the sailways are already really good with P&O out Southampton.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. Now, Justin has been itching to tell you a little bit of a surprise that's only just happened sort of
this
overnight.
Morning. Yeah. There
are two big names that are going to be on board Britannia for a cruise. It's not us, but it's someone I'd love to meet.
Exactly.
One of them has got a forehead like yours.
Anton Deck is on board the Britannia.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Now they're going to be on board to do Saturday Night Takeover live. Now this is on the 27th of March. So if you want to book this up, it's not the cruise that we've just shown you. This is another date, and you can get all the details, of course, from Planet Cruise. So do jump on the phones 0800 781 5458 if you want the one that we have just been talking about, but we had to warn you about that. The ID number is 97520, so make sure you do not miss out on that one. And if you're ringing up and they're fabulous on the phones, 0800 781 5458. So jot all of that down, because that's going to be amazing.
The only thing I want to know is Kirsty Gallagher going to be on board? Kirsty Gallagher.
No, it'll just be Anton Deck. Well, you never know. Who knows?
I might just have to book
Who
up.
knows? It's going to be the whole show, so there'll be all sorts of celebrities. I bet.
Paul Wright didn't tell you that on the P&O Takeover, did he, on the Tuesday night?
No, how exciting.
There we go.
Now, talking about exciting, we've got a friend on the phone. I do believe that Chris is calling from the call centre. Chris, are you there?
I'm here. How are you?
Hey, my heart stopped a bit there. I thought,
Such a build-up.
he's
What an
booking that
introduction.
cruise to see Anton Deck. Oh, so much going on, Chris.
You know what?
What a fabulous day.
I'm so chuffed by that Anton Deck announcement. I couldn't concentrate on you.
Pleasure. We're exactly the same. So, what are you calling to tell us? I know you've always got some incredible last-minute deals, and I'm guessing that's what you're telling us about.
Yes, well, following on from our Black Friday show the other week, our best-selling sailing on that show was the Thompson sailing around the Canaries. So we managed to get another deal from Thompson for the show this morning on the same sailing, just on a different date.
Fabulous.
So, 26th of January, it's a 7-night fly cruise, and this is exclusive for Planet Cruise, I should say. We're the only agency that can offer this price for you today.
Great.
What are you expecting to pay for a 7-night cruise, do you reckon, in the middle of winter sun, bear in mind?
And where are we going? Tenerife.
Around the Canary Islands.
Canaries.
Yeah, the inside room is just
guaranteed sun. You'd have to be.
I've got to tell you, I'm so excited.
Go on then.
$499 per person, full board. How can you do that?
I would have at least doubled that.
Less than £500 for Canaries in January.
That is fab, and it's such a good time to go on holiday. That's amazing.
Exactly. So we've got flights from Gatwick, Luton, Bristol, Cardiff, all for exactly the same price, $499. Of course, the good thing about Thompson is they've got they've got flights from all over the UK. So just give us a call and we'll talk about those supplements.
Chris, that is brilliant.
And another good thing with this cruise.
Yep.
I've got one more thing to tell you. I can't stop talking. The all-inclusive offer is just £10 per person per night.
No.
Per person extra.
Oh, that was worth waiting for. All-inclusive, add on an extra £10 per person per night. That is nothing. I'll take you.
Will you?
It's under £500.
Oh, well, 'cause it's cheap.
I might even treat you. I might even swap you. Thank you, Chris, so much. That's fabulous. Speak to you soon. Cheers, darling. That's amazing.
That is great value.
And that was such a bestseller from Friday last week.
And
but we've got to move on. So if that's for you, 26th of January, Tenerife, sailing round the Canaries, under £500, and you can add on that all-inclusive package as well. But we need to move on, because we've moved on now to one of my favourites. It is Princess, and of course Planet Cruise top agent to Princess as well. We're going, where are we going? We are going for 14 nights. This is the Tokyo trip. This is going to be fabulous. Flying out to Tokyo, first of all. Then we've got that fabulous 4-star hotel, for 3 nights, and we've got the bullet train included on this as well.
Yeah, this is the great thing. I mean, you are going to the land of sumo, sake, shopping, and pedestrian crossings. If you've never seen a pedestrian crossing, unless you've ever been to this part of the world, it's simply amazing. And the bullet train, again, we were talking about the Flam Railway. If you want to go on there, of course, there's Mount Fuji. You can see Mount Fuji. I mean, it's the classic. This is where the samurais actually used to train in the foothills. It's still an active volcano as well, so amazing place. You've got Yokohama as well, the city view there, and the Tokyo Tower. So it is one of those places to go and immerse yourself in the culture. Get out, get busy, people, and then look forward to a wonderful cruise. And this is such a rare itinerary. All of us, when I sat down and found out last night, you know, where we were going, I was like, wow.
It is a real wow, and I think this is one of my favourites of the hour. So we're staying there 3 nights. We've got the Mount Fuji and we've got the bullet train included in that, and then we're actually getting on board. You've got a day of leisure as well. And we're getting on board the Diamond Princess. I love the Princess ships.
Well, she's a Grand Class. She's one of the newer Grand Class because, of course, they've moved the shopping trolley handle from the back of the ship to sort of midships. Just brilliant facilities that you've got. So a couple of people are asking me what the shopping trolley handle meant.
Well, actually, we're all looking at you like that. What? What are you on about?
This is the quality when you get cruises. You know your ships.
A shopping trolley handle.
Look, viewers, cruisers, if you've ever seen a Grand Class ship from Princess, you know what I'm talking about the shopping trolley handle. It's the nightclub at the back. Anyway.
Of course it is. I'm loving all this, the spa and the sauna, and
it's just classic Princess cruises. You've got, of course, the cinema, which is this the films underneath the stars. You've got the wonderful Italian pizzeria as well. You've got all the usual modern facilities, and this was, at the time, this was the first ship in its class to have a completely open promenade deck where you can walk all the way around.
Fabulous.
So absolutely brilliant.
Now, you've got 2 relaxing days at sea to get used to that fabulous ship. It looks absolutely stunning. But where have we been sailing to?
Well, we mentioned this earlier on. Daniel-san, Okinawa. This is the home of karate, and of course, if you've ever seen the Karate Kid, you've seen some of the wonderful shots.
You must have seen that.
This is more beautiful in person than it just is absolutely amazing. Of course, there's a big military presence. It was actually occupied by the US military up until the 70s. Massive military port, but it's just got this natural beauty. And if you see some of the traditional fishermen in the little ships, it's just absolutely amazing. A really beautiful island.
This is going to be fabulous.
Then you're heading off to Taiwan. Now, this is Taipei. This is the oldest part of the actual region. The actual Chinese reference dates back 3 centuries BC. So this is real historic culture. Of course, you've got all of the trade influence that came through in the 17th century, all the merchants from Europe and Asia as well. You've got the wonderful Martyr Shrine. Now, bear in mind, obviously, this is a highly fought-over part of the world. There's over 350,000 square feet of grass at the Martyr Shrine, which represents the 330,000 brave men who sacrificed their lives during the Chinese battles. So again, if you like to do the historic stuff, then you can go and do that. You've also got the Memorial Hall, which is situated in Liberty Square, and this is absolutely an amazing building that you've got there, and this is where the former President of the Republic actually had the blue tiled roof and the lovely gold ornate details all the way put round. So go and see that in Taipei. Now we're off to Koh Sahi, and this is just amazing. Like the rest of Taiwan, this is sort of bounced back and forth between cultures, occupied by the Dutch quite a bit, the Chinese and the Japanese. Now this is a real metropolis that you've got here. Weirdly, this is one of the most advanced areas. They've got a stadium. It was the first in the world to have the largest solar-powered stadium on Lotus Pond as well. They've got this wonderful lotus lake where all the wonderful flowers open up. The actual area, of course, this is going back 300 years. You've got your pagodas, your temples, your shrines.
That's fabulous.
185 acres.
And we've still got another port to go to.
Oh, am I waffling?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
Not at all.
After day 11, day 11, Hugh, I can't pronounce it now because I haven't been there. Hugh, go on.
No, I won't be able to say it.
You try it.
No.
No.
Julian.
Hulian. We'll go with that one. But you can see this part of Taiwan. We got that right. You've got the Tarakou National Park. This has got your mineral hot springs, you've got the traditional Chinese and Japanese temples, you've just got this wonderful world of grace and serenity. You've got the Swallows Grotto as well, which is a beautiful place. Quite literally, obviously, you've got all the swallows, the birds going in there, so if you do like your ornithology. You've got the Eternal Spring Shrine as well. You've got the Tunnel of Nine Turns. So just absolutely brilliant place to get out and do some tours. Also,
so
one to feature here.
Green.
Again, like I said, I haven't been to this part of the world, but they've got a lovely marble bridge there, which is known as the Motherly Devotion Bridge, and it's a H-shaped bridge with two large marble stone lions on each end. And again, it's linked back to the presidency in memory of his mother during the construction. So just a beautiful part of the world.
You've got 2 relaxing days at sea back to Tokyo, and you have got so much included in this. Deposit only. You can actually upgrade from the inside to ocean view for £3.50 per person per night, which is incredible. You've got that 4-night or 4-star, I should say, hotel stay, 3-night in Tokyo with, of course, the trip on the bullet train. Do check out your regional flights as well. There's so much included in this, and it is, as I said earlier, a deposit only. Top agents for Princess. If this is what's right for you, the ID number is 105489. It is an incredible deal, a beautiful ship, and a fabulous itinerary. But of course, we're talking Princess now. Last night there was a very special event going on with Princess.
News just in. See, news just in.
News just in. Well, oh yeah.
You have to get quicker on this.
I can't do that, can I? News Hayley. No, it don't work.
Now, the only thing is, this news that's just come in, this was last night. This is the 50th anniversary celebration for Princess Cruises.
Fabulous.
Keith got to don his tux.
Yes, they invited
and go and speak to the
Planet
Vice
Cruise.
President of Princess Cruises. So just take a look. This is Tony Roberts with Keith.
So I've got my glad rags on and I'm part of a wonderful event tonight. We've been invited up to the top of the Millbank Tower in the heart of London, looking out fantastic views across the city to celebrate Princess Cruises' 50th birthday party. That's right, it was the 3rd of December 1965 that the first ever Princess ship, she was called Princess Patricia, set sail from Los Angeles down the coast towards Mexico, pulling at Acapulco, Puerto Vallarta and many, many more. Tonight, there's going to be bubbles, there's going to be nibbles, there's also going to be some hot news off the press.
So we had 2 things that we talked about tonight. One was the new comeback new video, where we have a completely unscripted real couple who are explaining, what it was like to be on board and how they enjoyed that Mediterranean cruise experience. And I'm sure that when you see the video, you'll get a real feel for how much they really engaged with the product and what a fantastic time they had on board. The other bit of fantastic news, of course, is that we've worked with Wild Productions and ITV to come up with a prime-time 6-part documentary called The Cruise that we'll be showing in March next year, 8:30. Oh, 8 o'clock rather, on ITV on a Thursday evening, we believe, at the moment, subject to schedule. So very excited to announce that. We believe it's going to be a real premium and aspirational documentary series that highlights all of the things that we love about being on a cruise, the fantastic, conscientious crew, the amazing food, the amazing experiences, and it's a real opportunity to showcase cruising.
So very exciting news that we've heard here tonight. Princess Cruises agreeing a brand new TV show that's going to air on ITV prime time from March next year, based on board Regal Princess. You heard it here first on Planet Cruise TV. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to keep on tuning in for great cruise bargains and great cruise news. Back to you in the studio.
Fabulous.
Yes, thank you, Keith. Back in the studio.
How great. I love Princess and how fabulous 50th anniversary. So very special. Great stuff. But we need to move on, I'm afraid. We've got to go on to a river cruise, which we do love here on
Save
Planet
the best
Cruise.
till last.
Oh, we really have. This is Emerald Waterways. This is on the Emerald Sky. They are beautiful, beautiful ships, and you really do get to see so much, don't you? Let's have a look on board first of all.
Just a note as well, just mention that the itinerary and the ships do differ, but they're all from the Emerald Fleet, and all of these ships are relatively new. In fact, they've got their latest coming out next year, so they're not far off. The beauty of river cruising is you get up so close to these wonderful ports, and if you're a little bit tired of the Caribbean and the Mediterranean, because I know it sounds a little bit blasé, you cruisers, you go regularly, don't you? You go off to these wonderful places. Try a river cruise. One of the great things.
So special.
Yeah, well, there's only around I think it's 92 cabins on one of these ships, 47 crew. So you can just imagine the sort of crew to passenger ratio. The food is fantastic. This particular cruise line as well, they've got this fantastic swimming pool that turns into a cinema in the evening. The actual pool floor drains and then lifts up and it turns into a cinema. It's like James Bond. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
That's incredible.
But one of the great things is the vistas you get from their balconies and their cabins. You've got Juliet balconies. You've also got a full balcony if you want to go out, and these wonderful floor-to-ceiling doors as well. There's actually some of the cabins you can press a button and it'll actually open up for you, so you've got the fresh air in there as well. So now, one of the great things about cruising in Germany, of course, is the wines, the food. You know, if you've never tried some of the German delicacies, you've got to get out there and try it. And of course, you've got your cruise director on board, who is sort of the sort of historian, the encyclopedia, walking, talking, that will take you around these wonderful cities, and literally, you know, all the food and drink. There's the windows that I was talking about.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Touch of a button. Look at that.
Oh,
absolutely
my word. Can't wait to get on board this. So we're starting, first of all, in Budapest.
I know, Q George Ezra. This is just amazing.
And we get an overnight on board. Fabulous.
Absolutely amazing. Now, I've just recently come back from Budapest. You've got the wonderful Parliament building, and just in front of the Parliament building, I didn't get a chance to see this because it was on the last day when we came back, but my mother-in-law, she went down there with her sister, and there's this wonderful tribute, some of the Jewish citizens that were unfortunately killed during the war, and they've got these, it's really poignant, they've got these metal shoes that are left on the sides of the banks.
Oh, wow.
On the other side, of course, you've got two parts of this. You've got Buddha and then you've got Pest. You've got these wonderful bridges that you go across. There's a fantastic art sculpture that's sort of where they've taken the photograph from to see this down. It's the Lady of Budapest. She's holding her arms up. It's absolutely beautiful. One of the quirky things about Budapest is the food, and also, I've got to tell you about this. There's an arcade of vintage pinball machines. Now, it's right next to a shopping mall, so the girls can go and do the shopping thing, bit of retail therapy. Guys, there's over 150 pinball machines. You can go in there, you pay about £10, and you can play for as long as you like.
Oh, brilliant.
They've got classics in there like 1989 Batman, Star Wars. They've got the 50s pinball machines as well. As you can tell, I was a bit excited about that.
Did you go in?
Yeah, fantastic. The food hall is one to do, and can I just say, get on the hop-on and hop-off city tour bus. They do play George Ezra quite a bit.
We love it.
But they give you an audio tour all the way around the city.
So we've got really 2 days there because we're overnighting on board. Where are we moving on to next?
Hang on, I've got to catch up because I was so excited with Budapest. Bratislava, we're going to Slovakia. Now this is, well, primarily Celtic and Roman, very much like Budapest. Of course, Budapest being a spa town, this is very similar as well. This is the night you actually get the onboard captain's dinner as well. So you'll get to really experience not just the town in the daytime, and it's a beautiful old city as well, as you can see there. The Murbach Palace and the Gothic Cathedral as well. But you'll have a fantastic evening as well whilst you're in Bratislava. Then we're off to the city of the waltzes. Not Christopher Waltz, no, we're talking Vienna.
Austria,
this is one place. I think we're probably going to go there next year for our little winter city break. And this is the great thing, if you love city breaks, look at the cities you've just done.
That's it.
You've done Budapest, and now you're doing Austria,
all on
Vienna.
one trip. On a beautiful
this is the fantastic thing is you can go to the opera house, you can go to the cathedrals, you've got the fantastic stables as well. You've got the Spanish riding school, which is right in the centre of Vienna, next to St Stephen's Cathedral as well, that you've seen there. Perhaps if you want to go and see some of the concerts with Mozart and Strauss, just go to the Palace tour. There is an extra charge for that, but just imagine seeing the Viennese Waltz. see them all twirling around on the dance floor.
It'd
be amazing to see that. So that's your Vienna and Austria. Then we're going to stay in Austria with Melk and Dürnstein. Now this is the wine growing region. So this is where you and me, we're going to be enjoying ourselves.
Sounds good to
There's
me.
a 900-year-old Benedictine abbey, fantastic Baroque architecture and gold leaf walls, but they make some fantastic wines up there as well. So if you want to go up to the abbey, you can do that. You've got the medieval city or the actual castles on the banks of the Danube. And this is where the castle was, where Richard the Lionheart was imprisoned in the 12th century. So again, great history that you've got there.
This is a fabulous
Don't forget,
cruise,
with Emerald, you have got the access to the bikes as well, so you can go on a bike tour.
So you can go out cycling.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
We're going back into Germany now. We're going to Passau, and the beautiful city that you've got here. You've got a walking tour in the morning. So you can stroll through all the little alleyways and see the hilltop, the Oberhaus Fortress
included in this
as well. So if you want to go up to the fortress, you can do. You can go to the cathedral again. Beautiful Baroque architecture that you've got here. You can take an optional day tour to Salzburg as well. So that's the home of Sound of Music as well. So cue The Hills Are Alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, another UNESCO World Heritage Site. So absolutely fantastic. That's an optional tour. Day 7, which is your final day, or penultimate day, should I say, we're going to Kelheim and Regensburg. Now, of course, this is just absolutely stunning. You're cruising along the Danube for part of this day, but you'll see the old town hall. You'll see a Bavarian band as well, who'll be coming on board. And there's also an optional gorge cruise as well to the Weltenberg Abbey. So if you want to go and do that, you can do. And then finally, you're finishing up in Nuremberg. So this is where you are disembarking and flying back. But what a wonderful short break. I've got to point out, for those of you that are ocean cruisers, and you're looking at the price and you're thinking, OK, £1,400. But do you know what that is? That's an intimate cruise ship with 92 cabins. Just think of the service that you're going to get.
And there's
you get
so
the
much
walking
included.
tours, the food, the drink.
Excursions, tips, everything is included. It's very much all-inclusive. You won't have a bill. You've got some really fabulous dates there as well. It very much is a flash sale. So, and of course, you've got that exclusive free parking on those dates in July and October. You have got your drinks and your meals on board. You've got excursions. You've got your tips included. You're actually saving over £500 per person. And of course, flying from London, but do check those regional flights as well. And the itinerary and the ship may differ on different dates, but honestly, all the ships are stunning.
Yeah,
and
they swap it round. So instead of starting in Budapest and ending in Nuremberg, you start in Nuremberg.
You'll see
and
everywhere. You'll just see it a different way round. I just fancy this so much, and especially like you say, if you have been cruising a little bit and you do think I would do fancy something a little bit different, I think those river cruises look amazing.
It's brilliant.
5-star luxury. One-to-one service, very much. It just looks a start.
If you like city breaks, just think how much it costs you
it,
in the UK. Or if you wanted to go, you know, just abroad for a quick weekend, hotels, food, entertainment, all of that's included.
Everything.
And you've got multiple city breaks to enjoy.
It just looks fabulous. But we've had 5 fabulous cruises, so let's go back to the very beginning quickly, because we started off first of all with Cruise and Maritime. Now this is on the Magellan. This is 12 nights. This is fabulous. You're saving £950 per person off the brochure price. It is a limited time though only for this sale, and it will go back up in price on the 7th of December, which is actually Monday. Deposit only. It works out under £67 per person per night, and of course you can take as much luggage as you like as well, sailing from the UK. Then we had the Royal Caribbean, of course. Top agents for Royal Caribbean Princess Cruises are Mariner of the Seas. 15 nights in March. This was incredible. This was everything. Vietnam, Hong Kong, you've got China. From Singapore, you stay in Singapore first of all for 2 nights in a 4-star hotel, and then you cruise for 9 nights. You've got overnight in Vietnam, you've got an overnight in Hong Kong as well, and then you stay at the end of the holiday in Shanghai in a 4-star hotel for 2 nights. First time we've seen it on TV. Amazing cruise, fabulous stays, and great price as well, under £94 per person per night. And don't forget, you have got the upgrade from Ocean View to balcony completely free of charge. The ID number is 108208, so do not miss out on that one. That is an absolute beauty. We've got the P&O Britannia next. We were very excited about this one. 7 nights, Norwegian fjords, so a new ship this year. This is again a no-fly. It's under £77 per person per night. Great prices as well for a family of 4, £1,499 £600 per, which is amazing. You've got a great single as well, which is £869, which is great for that single price. You can add on the Marriott on some of the dates as well, so just ask when you ring up. And of course, you've got a great upgrade. Now, this is on the 30th of April. You can go from inside to the ocean view for just £7 per person per night. Well worth doing this. Amazing price at £539. And your ID number for this is 97520. Don't forget as well, if you've got any questions, jump on the phones. And if you remember, you mentioned about Anton Deck being on the Britannia somewhere. That's the 27th of March. And of course, Planet Cruise can sort all of that out for you as well. That's for a live show, Saturday Night Live. So that's a different cruise, but it can be organised by Planet Cruise. Moving on to our fourth cruise of the hour, which was Princess. Top agents for Princess Planet Cruise are Diamond Princess, an absolute beauty, 14 nights. This was a beautiful. This is from Tokyo. This is going to be so special. 4-star hotel and a 3-night stay at the beginning of the holiday. You've got the bullet train trip on that as well. You've got Mount Fuji as well. It's deposit only. It's amazing value for money, and actually you can go just for £3.50 per person per night from inside to ocean view on certain dates, which is well worth it. So check everything out on the phones. 0800 781 5458. Your ID number for that one is 105489. And then our very last cruise, and I think we really did save the very best to last, is Emerald Waterways. Emerald Sky, 7 nights on a beautiful 5-star ship, which includes everything: your meals, your drinks, your excursions, your tips. This is Germany, Australia, Hungary and the cruise. Now, the meals come alongside your drinks, so whilst you're eating, those meals are included. The excursions, you'll be told about exactly what you've got throughout the whole of the trip, and of course all those tips included as well. Check your regional flights. You're actually saving over £500 per person. Remember as well, you have got that free parking, and that's in July and October. And of course, all those prices are in a flash sale, so you do need to make sure you don't miss out on that. The ID number is 95015. But wow, I feel like I've had a fabulous trip this hour, because we've been on some amazing...
And what a tour guide.
Yeah, what a tour guide. Fabulous ships, fabulous itineraries.
But great offers.
Is that why book with Planet Cruise?
Well, this says it all. We've got such a great wide selection of different cruise lines. We're top agents for those cruise lines, and top agents mean better prices. And
virtually
that means
everybody you speak to on the phone has been on a cruise, has been to where you're travelling to, can advise you about excursions that you can book up ahead, or if you want to stay somewhere.
Exactly, and you hear it here first. Anton Deck on Britannia. Get on the phone lines. You've got fantastic news from Princess with their new TV series as well. And don't forget that fantastic offer as well that we had. Thompson, less than £500.
That was crazy. That was the 26th of January. Winter sun after Christmas, the perfect time to go. All needs to be booked up. 0800 781 5458. Big thank you to Justin.